Here at Simply Garden, with over 50 years of gardening experience, I believe in keeping things simple and productive while gardening in your own backyard. Well, it's a beautiful afternoon here in southern New Hampshire. We're going to plant some more carrots, and I've mentioned to you earlier videos that you can I guess you could call it interplanting, but I'm planting the outside of the raised bed carrots. Tomatoes actually like carrots quite a bit. I've got tomatoes growing along here, as you can see. And these are Roman tomatoes. I'm going to give them a little drink of fish emulsion a little bit here. But, or maybe I was giving I also have tomato fertilizer too. But anyways, we'll give them some drink. I can tell they need a little support there. Anyways, I'm going to plant some carrots along the edge here. I raked this out nice and smooth. I'm going to do give them about a good 6-8 inches apart from each other. Use my simple board I use here for make a nice little path for the carrot seeds to go into. And that also keeps them getting drowned and getting lost among the soil. There we go. That works. And of course I have my burlap, which we'll throw that on top when it gets done here. Just kind of see how long I'm going to go. This burlap's almost done. They don't last forever, but there we go. So we'll go wrap it up right about down here. So we're going to do a couple different varieties of carrots in here. One variety I'm kind of excited to try, which I think the grandchildren are going to love, is this rainbow mix. It's by Fairy Morris, and it takes about 10 to 15 days of germinate. That's why I cover this with some kind of a covering, burlap. You keep it, you moisten every couple of days, and seeds never dry out below. With carrot seeds, same with any kind of seed. Once they dry out, and carrots can dry out pretty quickly, they're all done. So we're going to go ahead and just sprinkle these in thinly along here. Actually, I guess we're going to use up this package here. It's done. Don't have to worry about getting the whole row done for it. I'll do a partial in here, and then I'll continue out with another carrot after that. I'm not too fussy about what I grow for carrots. There are some varieties like I think it's called A+. It's a hybrid carrot. That's pretty good. As long as I keep them coming at some kind of a consistent basis, that's all I care about for personal use. This might actually do the whole row. I think I might be able to get the whole thing in. I always like, they say keep your carrots spread out somewhat thinly, but also want to make sure I have a nice solid row of carrots. There's always things that seem to want to eat those things, so I do plant a little thicker maybe what's necessary, just to make sure I don't have any big skips in the row. Of course, that means you gotta go back and very tediously thin them out, but that's okay. Then we go ahead and do our interplanting with a little bit of those are my honeybees right there. Probably picking up moisture, or it could be a scalp bee also looking for what's out there, or looking for something for the hive is required to go get. The hives are right behind me. I'll show it here. Here's one right there. Okay, so we'll put some radishes in between here. I do those very lightly because they are going to crowd out the carrots as they get going. But the radishes come up pretty quickly. Kind of marks the row per se, even though I know it is because these are indented. But so as the carrots come along, the radishes, by the time the carrots get big, the radishes are done. This is a champion. Yes, Mr. Bees. I got a couple bees here now, which is fine. Not going to bother you. On this side here, I'm going to use, I talk about the Burpee A+ hybrid here. Right here, we'll plant these here. Here we go, sorry. And these germinate up in about, this thing, what, about, they don't tell you how long it takes to germinate these guys here. Isn't that nice? I always figure it's about 7 to 10 days for most carrot seeds to germinate. Because they're not going to tell you in this package here. That's okay, we know. because this one's getting used up too. I go through a lot of carrot seeds in a year. They could also be left over from last year, so I definitely make sure I plant these a little bit closer than what's required, because germination may not be too good, being year-old seeds. I do keep them in a cool, dry area in my basement, dark area, so that seems to keep them in good shape. But sometimes seeds get a little bit, they swell a little bit up and they dry back out again. They're not going to germinate on you, especially carrots. Alright, I kind of took it up to that point there. And I'm going to do some Mantis Supreme, and another nice carrot that does quite well in most soils. When these guys get going, I do thin them about 2 or 3 inches apart, and that gives them plenty of room to grow. There we go. Go all the way up to here. I'm getting a little thick, but these carrot seeds are older, so I'll make sure I have good germination. There we go. And then go get some more radishes on this side here. I think these carrots from last year. Let's take a peek here. Yes, the last year's carrots, 2017, but that's fine. They'll germinate. If they don't, I'll let you know. Either way, I'll let you know. Here we go. Alright. Then as far as the depth, pretty much you want to put carrot seeds about a 1/2 inch deep. These all say a 1/2 inch. I want to make sure. Sometimes they're 1/4 inch. Yep, 1/2 inch deep. So we'll just slide them down over like this here. And I don't mind being a little bit shallow, since I found if carrot seeds get too deep, they won't come up then. Nice little padding. Because I got the burlap will keep them covered, and there'll be less issues of drying out. Alright. Okay. I'm going to put the burlap on top. Got a couple pins here. There we go. And I'll give it a little nice thorough watering. And just keep in mind, if you use this method, don't be assuming it's going to be wet underneath the whole time. Unless you get rain coming once in a while, it's not going to stay moist the whole time. If you have a major dry spell going on, make sure you do water these things once in a while. Because if burlap dries out, it will dry up. It just gives you time. Okay, if you didn't do something like this in the hot sun, these carrot seeds can dry out in one day if they're left in the open dirt, covered with a 1/2 inch of soil. So there we go. That's a simple planting of carrots. Let's get the hoses right down here and give it a nice little watering. My trusty watering system. Basically a water pipe and a little wire. I just do a small amount at a time. I've got a slower recovery well, so I got to be careful not to overwater at one time. But it works out good, not wasting a lot of water. I also do some drip irrigation, which I'll be hitching up for the asparagus pretty soon here. It gives a nice thorough watering, and tomatoes don't mind it at all. And as I get going here, I will actually give the tomatoes some fish meals in a moment here too. But just want to show you planting some carrots along the edge of the tomato bed. How you can interplant and really pack a lot in. All right, hope you enjoyed that, and appreciate your watching. Have a good afternoon.